All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive. And today we are tackling a pretty iconic brand, I think it's safe to say,
Yeah,
Nike.
absolutely.
So, if you've ever wondered just how they went from, a simple idea in like 50 bucks
Right.
to a global empire,
Yeah.
this is the episode for you. We've got Phil Knight's own words to guide us in his memoir, Shoe Dog,
Great book.
and a really, really insightful podcast discussion about it.
Yeah,
So,
it's a good one.
I mean, starting a company with just $50, that's
That's crazy.
wild, right?
Yeah.
So how did they pull it off?
Well, I think what's so fascinating about Shoe Dog is that, it's not just some polished success story.
Right.
It really digs into the nitty-gritty, the struggles that Knight faced, and it's like an uphill battle every step of the way.
Yeah.
He talks about these insane production issues they had early on, like they designed this, innovative waffle sole for their shoes, but the factory kept messing it up. And so Knight had to get creative and scrappy, traveling to Japan to find a manufacturer who could actually deliver.
So it sounds like giving up would have been so much easier.
Oh, absolutely.
So many points along the way.
For sure.
But both the book and the podcast, they really emphasize this incredible resilience, this like almost crazy level of determination he had.
Yeah, it's almost like an obsession, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't just about selling shoes, it was about proving everyone wrong.
Yeah. And that actually brings up an interesting point.
Yeah.
You mentioned crazy determination, but wasn't there ever a point where that unwavering belief wavered?
It's a good question.
I mean, facing lawsuits, banks refusing loans,
Yeah.
surely there were moments of doubt.
You're totally right, and the podcast actually touches on this. There's this part where Knight describes this massive lawsuit from Onitsuka Tiger, which was their original supplier.
Right.
And this lawsuit could have completely destroyed the company.
Oh, wow.
And Knight was terrified, but he also realized that backing down just wasn't an option. It forced him to double down on his vision and find a way to create their own brand.
So it's like this perfect example of turning adversity into opportunity.
Exactly.
And that kind of leads us to another key takeaway that I think we see throughout the story, which is the power of a shared vision.
Oh, yes.
Knight didn't build Nike alone. He had this, like what the podcast calls this team of crazy dreamers.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what made that team work? What was it about them besides just passion that, made it all click?
Well, I think it was the shared belief in the transformative power of sports.
Yeah.
They weren't just selling shoes, they were selling a feeling, a culture, this idea of pushing boundaries and defying expectations.
Right. It was like this energy that fueled their every move. And it wasn't just about the athletes either, right?
Absolutely.
It was about everyone.
It was a movement.
Yeah. Speaking of, I could ask about the name Nike.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, who gets their company name from a dream about a Greek goddess?
It's a great story, right?
It-
And, it kind of speaks to that element of chance and intuition that plays a role in success.
For sure.
But it also reinforces, how important it is to recognize an opportunity when it strikes.
Yeah.
Knight could have easily dismissed that dream,
Yeah.
but instead he saw the potential and he ran with it.
And that running with it mentality, that's what really stands out in this whole story. It's a powerful lesson for all of us, no matter what our goals are.
I agree. It's like Nike's story reminds us that success is rarely a straight line. There will be setbacks and doubters and moments where everything seems impossible.
Right.
But with resilience, a clear vision, and the right people by your side, you really can overcome those obstacles and achieve things you never thought possible.
So much easier said than done, though.
Oh, definitely. But that's what makes these stories so inspiring.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So to wrap up here, I mean, we've seen how this company, built on a shoestring budget and fueled by this crazy dream, became a global icon. And it all boils down to perseverance, risk-taking, and the power of a shared vision. So if you're listening to this, think about it. If a college track athlete selling shoes from his car can turn that into Nike, what can you accomplish with your own unique dreams and aspirations? Food for thought, right?
Absolutely.
All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to another deep dive. We'll catch you next time.
See you.